Alright guys, figured we'd jump in here and hang out for a little bit till the real stream kicks off, and then we'll flip over. A lot of people are excited about the common rooms. I think the common rooms are going to probably put more attention on Hufflepuffs than any house in the game, just because their common room just looks so awesome. Hey, what's up, Andal? We could have been killed, or worse, expelled. Hey, Claire, what's up, buddy? Boom, boom. Yeah, this is brand new, not seen before gameplay that they're going to stream for us today, guys. Happy Friday. They tweeted this out yesterday, and I thought, well, this will be perfect. I'm off, which is kind of rare for a Friday. I'm like, I'm going to stream this. I'll stream with them. I think their actual stream kicks off at about 12:55, so we'll flip it over to their screen when that gets going. Yeah, this could be one of the last. I'm excited too. This could be one of the last gameplay reveals, like, you know, big chunk of gameplay reveal before February. So, I don't know. I'm really excited for this, and I'm excited for the Lord of the Rings dwarven survival game, Return to Moria. These two are high up on my priority list. And kind of hoping we get a Planet Coaster 2 announcement. Like at least an announcement that it's being worked on, or a teaser trailer. Something. You know, the Slytherin common room is really cool as well, but you almost like, it's kind of like you don't know if you want to pick Slytherin, because I kind of need to know more. I want to know, like, is that gonna give you a disadvantage in certain parts of the game, or? Hey, what's up, Becca? Lord of the Ring dwarf survival game. Yeah, Claire, you haven't seen that yet? Yeah, I've got a video on it. A couple videos back. Oh, stop it, Harry. Wow, wow, wow. But the Slytherin common room, that does look pretty cool. And then Hufflepuff. What houses are you guys? Hey, what's up, Clark? A lot of people love the Hufflepuff common room. A lot of people love that almost like Hobbit feel it has. All of that wood and then the ivy, and that is an awesome room. Got called off work today. Nice. Well, not nice if you like lose money on your check, but nice you get to hang out with us. It's like a perfect Harry Potter marathon like type day here. It is raining, it's butt off. It's just a mess out there, but it's kind of cozy at the same time, because, you know, we're slipping into the middle of November here, and it seems like it would be like a good hot chocolate Harry Potter marathon type day. I am a Hufflepuff in the common room. Fits my vibe to a T. Yep. I took an online test once and I was Gryffindor. I think I got Gryffindor twice. So I think I'm a Gryffindor, which their common room looks cool, but not quite as cool as Hufflepuff. A lot of people I'm seeing in my comments a little upset with the Ravenclaw room. So I mean, it's, you know, they're kind of no nonsense type of, you know, house. I could, maybe a little disappointed with it, but they're more concerned with their books and their spells and their than how grand their common room is, I think. Hey, what's up, Tripod? I'm being lazy, slacking off at work right now. Love your Planet Coaster videos. Thank you, buddy. I got caught off the zoo, and that job is a seasonal. My next there is my last for the season, so not much money to lose. All right, cool. Still got a little bit before the actual stream comes on. I'm seeing a lot of Slytherins in their chat. Yeah, Tripod, luckily I was off today, or I would be like trying to hide in a closet at work, or, you know, take like an hour-long bathroom break to try to watch this. So I was like, this is perfect. I gotta go ahead and stream this. The universe, the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts universe aligned for me today. I've never read the Harry Potter books and just skimmed the movies. You know, I finally, you know, only about maybe during the pandemic, I finally sat down and watched all of the movies. I had always just came upon them at different parts and would watch a little bit, and then I would, you know, either turn it away or I would have something else to go do. But yeah, I have now watched them all a few times through, you know, because sometimes I'll just throw, you know, I'll just throw the Deathly Hallows on sometimes just as background, just like as a background movie. You know, I could be playing Planet Zoo and have one of those going. Fortunate to work from home on Friday, so I'm on my couch with my cat. That is awesome. Did I send you that Harry Potter dating song? No, I don't think so. But no, this looks, have you guys kept up with this any at all? It's basically a Harry Potter open world RPG where you're going to, you actually go, you start the game as a student in Hogwarts in the 1800s. And you're going to be able to, actually, they said this live stream today, they are going to explore the castle a little more with us. They're going to show off the UI. They're going to show off some more of the character creation suite. So yeah, they said they're going to show us a pretty good bit today. I think they're going to show off some more combat. But yeah, Claire, you 100% have to check out that Lord of the Rings survival crafting game. Portkey Games are making it. How long is the stream gonna be? You know, I don't know. I told Casey, I told her probably prepare for it to at least last until 2, I would say. I would say they'd probably do an hour. I would say. I mean, it might be shorter than that, but typically these go, you know, an hour or so. Got about 15 minutes and the actual stream will start and we'll switch over. Yeah, Portkey Games, Harry. They're like a development studio out of Utah, I believe. See if this game can break my Final Fantasy XIV addiction. This game, I could see us sinking some hours into this game just because of all the, the progression that's going to be involved and the, just so much learning that you have to do to make your spells stronger, and just like the little side quests and exploring you're going to be able to do at Hogsmeade and the castle. And it is, I'm hoping it's like one of those Red Dead Redemption 2 type games where it's a year after release and people are still finding new stuff. Like, won't that be cool? Like, if they make it that detailed and that mysterious that people are like unlocking things that far, that much later. Hopefully it's like that. And then of course too, we've heard that they're going to do seasonal events, stuff like that. I do believe so, Claire. I believe this is not their first go at a Harry Potter game. I believe they did have something to do with the mobile game. Estan will create a little lad version of himself. Yes! Bold! Bold is in the building. Bold, are you staying dry today? Are you still in bed? This game lacks cat girls, but it still looks good. Bold, please tell me you haven't had to go back to work yet. This is like the perfect cozy day stream to be under some blankets and watching some Hogwarts Legacy mischief. I am, or am I a ghost? No, you're real. You're not a figment of our imagination. Bold sent me my Elephant Springs custom sign. Looks freaking just like we pulled it out of the Fort Worth Zoo. Yeah, Warner Bros. Is a parent company. We're lucky this game hasn't been cut. Could you imagine? Like this deep in development and Warner Bros. Is like, nah, we're not going to release that. This thing is going to make them a a mountain of cash. No way they would cancel this. I am upgraded. I am now in chair. Hey, you're getting better. You're getting better. Not as comfy as the couch or the bed, but... Yeah, we've got to get started on Elephant Springs. Remember, Clark? I destroyed it. But now that Bold has done the sign, that's kind of pushing us in that direction. We've got to, Elephant Springs is kind of going to peel off like between the little main street main facade and the little relaxation zone. It's going to still be out through there, but we have a sign now. Bold, what ended up being your favorite common room? I don't even know if Bold is a massive Harry Potter fan or not. I know Bold and I kind of more so nerd out over Lord of the Rings, but you owe Leaf a coffee for having to listen to me on voice chat cry for hours making that sign. I was zooming in. You had those pieces are so tiny, teeny, but they look just like the Fort Worth Zoo's sign. Bold, but you have to admit that is a pretty cool freaking habitat in real life, isn't it? How that water, how the way they've done their lagoon and how it kind of goes under the platform you're standing on. That isn't, and there's Indian rhinos too. Remember, we'll bring them over. It's not, Elephant Springs isn't just the Indian elephants. They've got some Indian rhinos in there too in the real life version. So we're going to bring those over. Suyana hasn't had Indian rhinos since probably last spring. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor would be a splendid game to watch you play on stream. Yes, Clark, that is the plan. That is definitely a streaming game, like with Bold, Claire, Silver Fox, Basic, Cybrus. Maybe get them in, and because it's like a, you can play with, I believe up to 8 players. I believe your little clan can have 8 dwarves in it. And then, you're trying to survive, like you're reclaiming Moria. So you're going on quests and you're building forts and settlements and you're mining. But it's all underground. So it looks awesome. Like I said, it's on my channel, maybe 3 or 4 maybe a few videos ago. I re-uploaded the trailer. Oh yeah, that elephant might be my favorite in the zoo world right now. I'm very envious of that. I wish Zoo Knoxville would reconfigure theirs, like that. But there are rumors that Zoo Knoxville may be reimagining the elephant habitat, especially now that they've sent off their big male elephant, or they're sending him off to go, like, kind of almost to go into not hospice care, but he's really, really old now for in captivity elephant. And so it seems like they're kind of working their herd out of the zoo. And so we're thinking that that's going to be a big announcement for Zoo Knoxville, probably in the next year or two. Personally, I love the look of the elephant or the Ravenclaw common room. It's cool. You calling me a dwarf? Yes. Anyone play Deep Rock Galactic? No, I haven't. We started Valheim again, and it took 37 seconds for P-Blade to leave us and build himself a secret house, but I found it. Yeah, that's right, Clark. The big male elephant, you're right. He is going to an elephant sanctuary like near Nashville, I believe, where they said he will live out the rest of his days. So, like I said, I think they're making some moves to kind of get that ready. Zoo Knoxville's doing an awesome job right now. I wanted to go down today and film the new otter habitat that they've did. I haven't got down there yet to actually see it in person, but it is such a crappy day here today. I'm not driving like an hour to go up there and get soaked, and I'm like, let's wait until it's nice sunny, maybe cool morning, and run up there and get that filmed. They could also be phasing the elephants out for something new, of course. That's true. The elephant habitat there takes up a massive amount of space, but it's also a huge draw. Like in any zoo, people really gravitate right to the African elephants, particularly, and that's such a staple of the African land back there. I think personally, the most disappointing habitat in all of Zoo Knoxville, hands down, the lion habitat. That is just so boring back there. I think that if they can get enough sponsors and they can get enough money to do it, something's got to be done with the lions. It's pitiful back there. Anybody that's been to Zoo Knoxville will probably tell you that the lion exhibit does not like meet the standards of what Zoo Knoxville has like achieved in the last last little part of its life. So hopefully they have some ideas planned for the lion exhibit. But I will tell you this, Zoo Knoxville, they are getting heavy into the theming now. Like, not just the nets and that's it. Like, they are really, really leaning into some awesome, awesome theming work. And I think that's what people want to see when they go to zoos now. They want to be immersed in those environments where the animals are at. And they did such an awesome job with the whole Asian area and the Tiger Temple and the gibbons. It's an incredible piece of zoo real estate. And like I said, if that's the way they're going, Zoo Knoxville, it's going to be an exciting place. Love that they're going really, really themed with it. Guys, we've got about 3 more minutes, and I'm thinking premieres in about 2 minutes, and we'll flip over and see what they've got in store for us. I wish we had more theming in American amusement parks. Yeah, the Six Flags and stuff like that, and even the Carowinds to an extent, kind of just a field with roller coasters in it. That is absolutely not my favorite type of theme park. I am way more into the Islands of Adventure, the Dollywoods, the Animal Kingdoms. I am not a big throw a bunch of coasters out in the middle of a field and, just have that. I am 1000% a theming dude. My zoo, John Ball, is the same. We're phasing out some animals that don't have suitable exhibits, but building a new one for a breeding program for new ones. That's cool. I hope people don't bash this game for not being in the Harry Potter era. It's set way before the books, etc. And some people just don't seem to get that. Yeah, some people don't seem to get that this is in the 1800s. So this is way before Harry Potter and, that class. This is... So, in ways I think that's going to be cool because it's not going to hamstring them. They can kind of create their own lore and, I think this is going to be fun. I think it's going to be an awesome streaming game. I don't really see making videos for it because, these kind of games they don't really lend themselves to that. But streaming, yeah, we definitely need to get that going. Premiere will begin shortly. Wish we had Disney level theming in all amusement parks and zoos. I know. Yep. Yeah, that's why those themed, heavily themed type parks are usually at the top of attendance lists, aren't they? And then, of course, too, you've got the coaster heads out there. They don't care at all for theming. They just go for the coaster. Coasters. Yeah, I'm glad you guys stopped by to hang out with me while we watch this. As a matter of fact, they just clicked over their countdown. I figure this is like a little more chill place to relax and watch this. And the chat isn't going by at like 1,000 comments a minute. Alrighty, let's go ahead and we will pull this up in 2.8 seconds. Bum, 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 bum. Turn this up a little bit for you. Let me know, if they get talking, if I am way over overpowering them. Whoops. I like the outfits. If every zoo was themed like Animal Kingdom, I think I'd be in heaven. Dude, Clark, I was thinking last night, I still have a bunch of videos I need to start making Instagram reels out of. I probably filmed more in Animal Kingdom than any park while we were down there in September. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. As a matter of fact, I just uploaded my Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse walkthrough. Just put that on there. The only thing is, like a stooge, I was basically filming just for Instagram stories while I was down there, and I never turned the camera sideways properly like you're supposed to, like for a YouTube format. So you won't really see any YouTube videos of the trip, but if you follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna start going through my library and just throwing those videos on there in probably reel form. I was just so excited to be back down there, and plus we had Emma with us, for the first time, and she was all excited. Do you think they realize how hyped people are for this? Really hoping we don't have a cyberpunk situation. Well, we were because you got to remember, this was supposed to come out in October. This is supposed to come out like a couple days before Halloween. So we would be playing this now for about the last 2 weeks. And then remember, it got delayed to February 11th, I believe. February 11th or 12th. So I don't know how much they could get done between, October and February that already wasn't, that's what some people were telling me. They were like, okay, how much could they possibly get polished in that little amount of time? But I don't know. That's what they said they needed, and it seems like they're sticking pretty hard with this February release. At least we have a release. At least they didn't say, 2023. Hogwarts Legacy coming 2023. And then, who knows? Might be summer, might be next fall. But, so yeah, they're saying February, so hopefully we have our hands on it then. I'm going to put in for vacation probably when it comes out, and I'm going to try to make a 4-day weekend out of it if I can, and just stream it. Stream it, starting it, creating my character, all that. A lot of people have told me I need to go back in and start a Cyberpunk series because it's so much better now than when we streamed it back on launch. So I don't know, we might have to give that a look too. Animal Kingdom is like a painting. It is insane. Literally every game coming out in February gonna need a loan from the bank to buy all these games. Yep, a lot of stuff coming out in 2023. Go next year, we're either going to Florida and heading to Universal and Disney, or we may go to Dollywood since we have never been there. Dollywood's, I think it's an up and coming, I think you guys would like that. Uh-oh. Here we go. See if they give us a new trailer. I'll shut up a minute. I want to ride a broom.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Hogwarts Legacy gameplay stream.
Chandler.
I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff to show you today. But before we get into showing you the game and gameplay, I have a few wonderful guests that I need to introduce you to. First up, we have our community guest host. He brings you the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. He's the local Merlin conspiracy theorist.
Guilty as charged, yes.
One half of Expecto Go,
Yeah.
James Whitehead.
Thanks, Chandler. Yes, I'm James
I love that
Whitehead of
Hogwarts
Expecto
model
Go.
back
Bring
there.
you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. And I am one half of Expecto Go. The other half, my wife, Sue, represents that other half. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you, Avalanche Software, for inviting me. I cannot wait to go over this gameplay. I just got to say that.
Welcome, thank you for being here. And we've got two people from the studio, just two of the many people bringing this thing together, the magic of Hogwarts Legacy. Game director, Alan Tu.
Hello, everyone.
And senior environment artist and Hogwarts expert, Boston Madsen. So thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedules right now to sit
Collecting
down with
all
us
the
to
magical
help us
beasts.
show everybody gameplay. So what we're going to be showing you today, first, the character creator, because it's your legacy, and you have to create yourself when you get into to get into Hogwarts and bring your whole authentic self to Hogwarts. So we're going to show you that character creator. Then we're going to dive into a tour of Hogwarts, and it's just a small tour of Hogwarts, right? Because Hogwarts is huge. Hogwarts is really big. So we're going to be showing you a little bit, but it's still a lot. So, and finally, ending up with combat. A little taste of combat, a little taste of how all that
Intro
works.
to combat.
Let's
Just
go.
a little taste, yeah.
Go.
So we're excited.
I
to
just
get
like
there.
it. I
But
just
again,
like how
first and
excited
foremost,
he
we
is
need
to
get
be there.
into this character creator, and James, with you here, we wanted to let you create this character. So, Andrew, who is going to be doing all of our gameplay capture today, is going to be handing you the controller.
Oh my gosh. All right, I won't break anything. All right, so
PS5
what
controller.
are we looking at right here on this screen?
These are your presets. So a lot like other games, there's some initial settings that you can choose for your character.
Look at those coats.
That just kind of get them into like the ballpark of what you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to change.
Oh man.
And then once you're in that ballpark,
That's-
all the other
this is
tabs
gonna
let
be
you
awesome.
dial that in. Be exactly who you want to be. It's
Look at their
our
little
goal
buttons.
with this is to make sure that for anyone that fantasized about bringing themselves to the school for
Yeah.
the very first time,
Yeah.
that they feel like they have the options in order to represent who they are and essentially bring themselves to Hogwarts or whatever character they want to bring to Hogwarts.
Oh my god. And options.
This will be a zoo
galore. Do you mind if I try to put myself in here right quick?
It's all about you
Okay,
today.
okay. All right. So, okay, yeah, that's me. We're here. That's me right there. All right, so that's step one.
Look at his
So-
little bow
So
tie.
it's like let's look at everything
Okay,
here. You
let's
know,
go over
play
here.
around with some of these options. Like really,
All right, so what are we looking at with this option over here with the tab? I see face stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of the different faces that you saw in the previous screen, all those
Mhm.
faces are choices that you have here.
All
So
right, that's cool.
now you're just kind of getting into the details in
Yeah.
your face shape, in your skin color, and then because we knew a lot
Yeah, I
of
think a
people
lot of
going
people are
online
going
and
to pick
they're
up a
gonna want it right
PS5
away.
Yeah.
just
It's an
for
option
this
later in the
game.
Yeah.
You can collect different types of glasses, put them on later.
Because you get some
we give you
PS5
options right up front
exclusives with
if
this
you wanna have
game
glasses for your
that the rest
character.
of us won't
man.
have.
Oh my gosh, look at the structure of the faces with this. Wow, you guys thought of guys. I like that. I don't think my face is that skinny, but I think we'll go that. I think we'll go that route. And down here is this.
those are your glasses
This
there. Yeah.
Oh, so we started. We could go Harry Potter if we want. Off the jump. Oh man! And this is just some of the options, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so through the
moving
course of the
forward?
game, there's a lot of different options that you'll keep unlocking.
Okay.
So as part of kind of like gear for the character, there's lots of different classes. There's even masks. There's all kinds of things.
Gotta go with the
over
Harry
course of
Potter
the game
I
specs.
like how it's all Victorian era, though.
Yeah,
Like,
right
it's
up front.
very
Such a good
authentic.
call. Such a good call. Oh my gosh. All right. So now, oh, we can go fleek on this one with the hair.
17 hours later.
I spend a lot of time here just like dreaming about my different characters.
I can never pick hair. I will spend
The
2
thing
hours
I'm
picking hair.
always amazed by whenever I see any aspects of Hogwarts Legacy's character creator is just the texture. And like you even adding the bounce with the hair moving around. Yo, that kind of looks like Hermione a little bit. I'm not even gonna just like Fred. I'm not Fred. And we can just go. Can I go like Tonks purple or green a little bit?
Absolutely.
Oh. Yo, this is so cool. Oh, I like that. That is cute. Oh, okay, so little behind the scenes. I used to have this type of hair like way back, but
was it purple?
I wanted silver tips, so
That's an awesome looking set of dreads.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you literally can bring yourself. Like it's a myriad of textures and different hairstyles.
Green.
Here. All right,
Bolt's
so
hair
now
will be
we
green.
can over
Calling
here
it now.
Play around with some of the.
These are more subtle options. We've
Okay.
got freckles, moles, different things like when it comes to your complexion, like darker eyes, maybe like some shading on the cheeks.
Oh man, you guys literally thought of everything with this.
I do have a bit of fun with that. And then the scars are one of those options where, Harry had
Scar
his own
across the
scar,
nose.
Yeah.
scar, but you can come in with
Oh, dang.
different
Yours.
scar options.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look at that. I didn't even see that.
Oh, those are my favorite. The eyebrow scars.
Yeah.
Love those. Love
Yeah.
those.
Yes.
You look kind
It's
of
a
like,
classic.
yeah, you look kind of just like tough. But anyway, so now we're over here. Oh man, you guys, this is so sick.
Again, getting more subtle here, really like dialing in that face to really get your.
I don't know
Bethesda
how,
needs these guys
feel
to
like I
do
wanna
character.
use my Facebook,
They need Bethesda
features
needs
now,
character
just like,
creations from
yeah,
Portkey
I have a big
Games.
face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of.
'Cause this looks awesome.
But I mean, literally, you have so many options just starting the game. I feel like I'm going to be here like forever.
You and me both.
And then this final tab here, this is where you kind of bring your whole character together. This is where you finalize everything. You're not choosing your house here.
Okay.
That's not yet.
That was a theory.
But here's where you bring you choose voice 1 or voice 2, which is more kind of a masculine or a feminine voice, and then even within that, changing your pitch,
Oh, with
the pitch slider.
It's a subtle slider, but
Yeah.
you can hear it,
Concerned about.
That was quite something.
and so you can kind of make out the differences. But yeah, you choose which kind of voice that you want. You'll be selecting your difficulty here. For today, we'll just go normal because
Okay.
Andrew's going to be taking us through some of the experiences with combat later.
And we can talk a little more about difficulty, with
We're gonna have to
combat
come
and
up with
how
me a
that
wizard
plays in.
name.
That is
But
a
I
big
think
question.
the important thing here is like if for people who aren't gamers, especially,
Right.
story mode is a way to get into this without being worried about like, oh, do I need to be good at games? Like, no, just enjoy this game.
And I will put expecto and then go.
Boom.
We're good. Awesome.
And then whether you want to be witch or wizard.
Amazing.
What'd you think, character creator? We're good?
I'm good. Let's explore Hogwarts and let's get into some combat.
All right. Through the magic of using a dev kit, we're going to be loading up a save a little later in so that we can show you more about Hogwarts and give you that taste of combat. All right, Andrew's got some gameplay pulled up for us here. We are starting out, James. There you are. You're wearing the House Fanatic robes from the account linking.
Thank you. I do look good. And this is our first look at the Hufflepuff common room, I'm assuming. I mean, dorm room.
The dorm room.
Yeah, that's his
yeah.
room. Yeah, the
Awesome.
bed and everything.
So, Alan, what are we,
Look at the
what
big
are we
trunks.
seeing right here with the UI? Because this is our first look.
Yeah. So right now, we know there's been a lot of questions about.
Oh my gosh, you got your
about
owl.
the HUD because this is the first time we're showing it. So kind of going over it from right to left, on the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond.
Mhm.
So those are, everything that you see in it are slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn over the course of the game.
Okay. Okay.
And,
That's cool.
And that's where the player can place them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of
Look at that
is
woodwork
you'll see
on
the
those
D-pad,
beams.
And on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of, not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts or that we just want on
Little
the controller
sync.
at all
Mhm,
times.
mhm.
And Ravello is one of those. That's
Okay.
left on the D-pad. On the right on the D-pad is that grid represents where you might slot spells. And so
Okay.
right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because we feel like there's a lot of spoilers there. You know, like what are all the spells and what can we do?
I would like spoilers, but
Gonna make me a geek boy for sure.
But we do want to make sure there's still some goodies
There's
left
his
to
little
share
desk.
with everyone. And then on the left side, that thing that has the L1 button next to it, that's another thing where we don't want to spoil, but basically that's where you access your tool wheel. So there's a lot of magical tools that you're going to be kind of brewing and growing.
Okay,
over
you
the course
can
of the
grab
day.
stuff and eat.
So that's where you would access them rapidly is our tool wheel.
Okay, cool.
There are a few things that I left off the table on the right. The green bar is your health, and basically there's a potion next to it. That's how you might heal. The bar above it, we're keeping a secret for now. I apologize. And all the way on the left is our mini map with a kind of overhead view of where you are currently in your common room that updates as you
Look at all
travel
the paintings
through,
moving,
Hogwarts
the
and
little
beyond
cat.
the world. And for those fans out there that aren't a huge fan of minimaps, because we know they exist, there's also options to remove the minimap and turn on or off different elements of our HUD. But
Really immerse yourself.
Yeah.
and we'll go
That's
more
cool.
into the spells as we get into combat, but that's kind of that's what you're seeing.
Wolf
there. And
Daddy
this
is.
is our HUD.
Also, Andrew's giving us a good look over here. I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the dormitories.
It's a little
Very
candy.
nice bedside tables.
Looks like little Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
The honey-colored wood was mentioned in the writing. It's part of lore.
It's part of lore. There we go. All right.
So now we're walking out into.
We really tried making these low-ceilinged dorms to give you that Badger set.
Yeah.
That's
sort
awesome.
of feel.
And the first thing I know is the music. The score is amazing with this.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
And
did you
I'm
see a little
calling out
bird
here,
just fly by?
This is unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released. You'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
I don't know. I might be with you all. I may pick
common room in
Hufflepuff
every single
too,
house,
just because of this
a little
common
bit
room.
differently. You can customize that experience right away.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at that.
So I mean, beautiful design. We could spend like the entire rest of the stream just in the Common Room here and talking about it, and I'm sure Boston and James could be like just.
Now I could do
geeking out
videos
over
on
it.
these, like
All
do
the
common
details
room
make your rollings right
video
for the common
tours.
room. The round doors, the hanging vines, even the dancing badgers on the
It's
fireplace.
got a real earthy vibe.
Yeah.
It's very, very earthy.
Which is like elements for each of the houses, right? Like
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw's air, Gryffindor is fire, and Slytherin is water. We
Wow.
really leaned into that for each common room.
Wow.
This is
It feels
awesome.
earthy. We've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we were. Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah, it does. It does.
but I know you don't want to leave, but we're gonna
Look at
be
all the
leaving.
shrubbery.
Thank you. I understand. Whoa, the sound effects though. Like looking back at the past trailers, it was just music, but kind of hearing.
I
how
think it
Hogwarts
is tripod.
That's
I
so cool.
think.
It's tactile.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to make use of one of our spells, Revelio.
Very
There's
hobbity.
Rebellio right here, because there's a little magic going on.
You notice a little something there. Yeah. So these are something that we kind of interchangeably call Revelio pages or lore pages. And you'll notice a bunch of things pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
You see that we got some
XP.
XP for it.
Mhm.
And you can also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge
Okay,
up in the
okay.
corner.
Uh-huh.
So I
Collect
wanna talk
field
about that a
guide
little bit.
pages. Yeah.
So we had to ask ourselves, what? Huh?
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
There may be something you may or may not be able to tickle there.
Yeah.
But in our game, we had to answer the question, you know, we're a late fifth year. What does that mean? How do we catch up to the other students?
Okay. Okay.
And so we have an answer to that question, and it's given to you by the staff. So there's something that we call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game. And the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students. So Andrew, if you hit pause for me up here, before we push forward a little bit, you can see in our pause menu, it's got this book theme.
Wow.
That's your Wizard's Field Guide, and you can see your house kind of
Right
crest
in the middle,
overlaid
yeah.
over
Oh,
it.
that's
Okay.
cool.
And you can see that on
Yeah.
your level as well. So that the field guide has this magical property of looking
Owl
out
post.
into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors
So
have
cool.
granted it to you as a late fifth year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids.
Mhm.
And its magical property is to discover different opportunities to learn and grow all around you. So the way it works is as you discover gameplay in the game, it actually recognizes that as a challenge, which is kind of
On the bottom.
locked into there.
Okay.
And Andrew, if you go in there, you'll see different types of challenges that are combat challenges, quest challenges,
Wow.
exploration challenges, and you can see field guide
Yeah,
pages
that's
on there
cool.
as well.
Yeah.
So
1%. We unlocked that one field guide page.
that entire category is one of the ways that the book itself kind of fills out into the school and spills out into the school
Mhm.
and kind of hides itself with different types of challenges and different things to do around the school that you're
That
actually
is
going
so
to
cool.
interact with to help you grow as a wizard and practice your spells. And so that thing that we just saw is not just a field guide challenge and a way to earn
Yeah.
XP. It's also something that that players can use to learn about the school as they're traveling around. They spot these little secret facts and they can kind of play a little bit of a game discovering all of them. And there
Cool.
are over 100 field guide pages just in Hogwarts alone. So.
Little glimpse of the grand staircase
Yeah.
here. We're not gonna.
Circular staircase.
All the
match the tower.
portraits.
Yeah.
And I did notice the flue flame just ignite right there, which was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fast travel points there. House hourglasses.
Ow,
We had to.
magic.
How much fun was it designing those and putting all
Oh, they're
those in
gorgeous,
there?
but
But
that they're there just like in the books.
Yes.
Right
It's
next
a
to
nod
the
to
Great
lore.
Hall.
it's a nod
Yeah.
to lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the
Yeah,
game. It is
we didn't turn it
narratively.
into like a gameplay system, but it's definitely present throughout our narrative. And there are lots of choices where we want to nod to things that aren't
Look at the
necessarily gameplay
snakes.
systems, but
Yeah.
that
That's
we nod
cool.
to them as part of the narrative.
Over to the right
Part of the
there,
Wizarding
Andrew
World.
was teasing. That's the Great
Great
Hall
Hall.
over
Yeah.
through those doors. Again, we're not going there. He's just kind of like, no.
Cool.
Here's another collectible page. You know, just again showing you like just these things around Hogwarts that you can do and pick up. And
That's a shot straight from the trailer too. Just that part right there. I recognize
we
that.
might be giving you a little fan service here with callbacks to those. So
And this must be summertime because I noticed these are the summertime windows. These windows will change with the seasons.
Yeah. The detail
Yes,
they put into this
that's
is,
awesome.
I get
See,
surprised by it all the
it's
time.
going to change as the seasons
Magic
go.
Castle, so.
Oh man.
I love that in
And
games.
we're going out. Look at that.
This is where the students would normally kind of congregate just to kind of chill out, play, meet each other outside of the Great Hall before and after meals.
Yeah, remember that's where Dumbledore walked off. And Harry was chasing him.
I love the way that when the castle interconnects to, that it interconnects outside, inside. There are pathways on both sides of things, so you really get a sense of scope
Yeah.
to how big this castle
Via-
is.
And when you
Viaduct
see
courtyard.
Things, like you'll notice a bridge over there. That's a place you can go to and cross. Like
Yeah.
everything that you see is a place that you can visit.
Wow.
We put a lot of effort in making it feel really alive. Not just with student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland.
Yeah.
And this castle's been here for hundreds of years. So just kind of the moss and all the trees that have overgrown it. And
Oh my gosh.
This
that
is
landscape.
badass.
This
Scottish.
location might look a little familiar to you.
I thought I recognized it. I believe
Look at the
this
little
is
rain
from
cloud.
The spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us right back to
I am
that.
going to tell Andrew not to interact with that puzzle and to keep moving on.
No.
We can't spoil everything. We can't give you everything, right?
Hogwarts
So-
contains a lot of secrets.
Oh my God.
But this is this grand entryway right here coming down into a really kind of central area.
Yeah, we're coming upon the central hall, and we pointed out the greenhouse outside, and we'll notice when we get down there that it's on the right.
this is a big hub of the school. Like it's a big castle, but it is designed so you shouldn't get very lost. This is kind of a grand central station.
I love that. I love
Each
that.
direction, it's green over there, so the greenhouse is over there. Transfiguration courtyard,
That's
library
cool.
straight ahead. So it's kind of the hub
Oh my
of a
God.
lot of the castle.
Even the color visually, you can just tell, okay, green,
Oh, green, go that
greenhouse.
way.
Oh my God.
A lot of it'll be subconscious, but
Dang.
it'll help you really learn the castle and feel like you know your way around.
That's not to say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost.
The tuition here must be
in the
insane.
castle.
For real.
Wait.
I love that Andrew's definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing he's swinging the camera this way and that.
Yes.
He's got this grin on his face over there that's just like, yeah, I know.
I mean,
about
just
that.
look how much there is to
That's that
explore.
Oh my
This
God.
is another location where the students will gather, and just kind of chill out.
And an
uh,
opportunity to talk
Oh,
to somebody,
Daddy.
get a
Yeah.
quest giver here.
Quest
Is
giver?
everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Mole, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys
I'm
in the
Nellie.
astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
I don't want to go to any school I have to
Side
jog
quests are
in.
really, it's a cool way to interact
If you manage to
with
open a
your
cabinet.
fellow students, with perhaps other teachers, with various things like that, as well as teach you some more of the secrets of Hogwarts. I think there's a
In this
little
case,
bit of that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the students are a way to kind of like flesh out the school opportunities around it, what we can do, and then those interactions. Different interactions with different characters can also offer different choice points for the player, and then some of those things can affect things game-wide. Some of these affect characters' lives, the ending of the game.
And sometimes it's just about you being a little bit of a
Sometimes
nice
just about
guy
the
or just
mission.
being a jerk.
Yes, absolutely. The scale really varies, but those opportunities exist for the player.
Wow, look at this.
This is the Dada Defense Against the Dark Arts
Power.
which this is one of my
Dada.
favorite locations in the castle. Just visually, you come in here and just the richness of
It
this
is
area.
very iconic, very unique to anywhere else in the castle.
Somebody else that we can talk to, notably a younger
Huh.
student.
What's
Yeah,
she
it
doing
looks
just creeping around over
first
here?
year, an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented fifth year to help me.
No, thank you.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I love that interaction with her because there's so many ways that you can go with that. You can you can feel for her. You can be a jerk to her. You can be like, Gobstone sounds awful. It sounds like you're just mean.
Yeah, and your opportunities to be mean there aren't over. So,
Yeah, they continue.
that's a good example of the.
Gobstones too. I know people are gonna ask. Gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Gobstones is one of the things that is not playable in the game.
Man.
I know we've had to rip the Band-Aid off on a few things. Honestly, it's an amazing thing on the franchise how many things about this, like like speak to us as fans. and
Don't
that we want
bully
to
the
turn into
future serial
gameplay.
killer.
And there were calls that we had to make over the course of production of kind of like which things we will and won't include in the bucket, just kind of for the
Gobstones,
overall health of
Wizard's
the thing.
chest.
Those are things that aren't featured.
Aren't featured.
Yeah.
They're featured within the world.
I'm glad they're mentioned. They're a part of the wizarding world.
Every single time
Part of
there was something that
students'
we regretted because we couldn't include it. We also tried to figure out a way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, make sure that there's a way to kind of like acknowledge it, touch it, you know, and make it feel like it's definitely part of the world.
And I know here too,
I
we're
see your
like,
reaction.
you're getting,
I was like, we're in the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. I recognize that staircase to the left where we were just at. Andrew was walking by. I also recognize the dragon at the very top. Oh my gosh.
being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about how classes work, because we've gotten a lot of questions about that. Is it a schedule-based system? Is it, so tell us how classes work.
Yeah, so ultimately we decided not to go the sim route. So I think like one of the speculations was, is there time of day and you know, that kind of thing. Like, can I miss class at this time of day?
There is a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but everything is very narrative-based, and so there's a big mystery going on in the world. There's something happening in the
this
narrative,
lighting!
and we essentially see it as kind of like chapters in that narrative. Each chapter of which has a set of missions that you can choose between as you're progressing through the game, and classes fit within that structure. So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. It's absolutely true that classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities outside of that through kind of like side classroom missions, essentially, where you can learn additional spells or things that you need in your adventure and also get to know the professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world. And, you know, maybe down there he's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high, you know.
high society.
High society.
And it's no wonder you like this area because we built it for like the purebloods and the Slytherins.
Oh,
and...
come on.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication that's happening, and
look at all this. Like, look at all these screenshots I can take.
Little events like that, the brooms going
I
by
just saw
overhead.
a broom go by. Love that. The data tower was one example, but no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's mostly to help orient the player, help you not get lost. But this is Hesperus Hall. That's a little nod from the Marauders, a name that came from the Marauders map. But every hallway will have a little bit of a different personality and
personality. I like that because
Yeah,
it
a
gives
lot of
it does like
character.
Hogwarts has character. Hogwarts is its own character no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Feels just a little bit different.
Yeah.
sentient castle full of magic for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
It's going to kind of
And
grow
full
and
of,
develop. Oh, I heard something.
Yeah. Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic, Mr. Magic himself.
My future poltergeist too.
You know, we talked about building on lore too. I know there's that statue over to the side. That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky,
Yeah,
and he's got his Bowtruckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another Revelio page there.
Yeah, there's a map of Argyllshire. We know the fat lady hides there.
Hides behind it. That's right.
The third book. But sometimes a hallway has personality by how it looks, or we just passed a music hallway where the portraits have kind of taken it over, and so the sound makes it really unique.
All right, I
That's
gotta call this
cool.
out here. I know there's been some criticism in the past that our trailers and our gameplay and what we've shown so far has not had enough owls. Okay, so here we are at the owlry. We're looking directly at the owlry to show you all of the owls.
It's a lot of owls.
It's a lot of owls at the owlry.
I
all
love the
owls.
fog rolling down that.
Great callback. Great call.
It's Leviosa.
I also love that as I one of my favorite things about just kind of going around on the outside of the school is that all those things that I see are places that I can go to, that I can visit. I just love that sensation knowing
so
that that is
cool.
real.
That lovely Scottish countryside.
We're kind of closing out our mini tour of Hogwarts, and again, it was is but a fraction of this enormous castle. But we're closing it out here in the clock tower. So another recognizable location. But this is where Crossed Wands, which is the secret, not so secret dueling club is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever. And it's run by this Lucan Brattleby here.
Who's in a younger
Lucan.
year, but we kind of like that that he's running things.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
He's a little Gryffindor.
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands.
I know, Bold, I haven't seen
If
a
you need to stop practicing
waterfall
before you
yet.
finish all of them, let me know.
And this is a really good opportunity to now jump into combat, because really in the game, this is going to be the first time where you yourself get to learn about combat and combos in a big way and in a new way. For me personally, this was where the game like really starts to open up to the possibilities.
Yeah. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There's certain spells what the wizards kind of like use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot. But that R2 is also your gateway to all of the spells that you might slot. So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how the diamond expands. And if we let go, you see how it contracts.
Yeah.
And so if you hold it again, it expands. And so when it expands, then all the spells that you slotted while you're holding that button can now be tapped with your face button.
That's cool.
And not only that, but over the course of the game, you can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can slot up to 16 spells, pretty much instantly. And then that helped us fulfill the fantasy of in combat, I need to be able to access things very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding of another feature of the wheel, which is their cooldowns. So as you're casting spells, just to make sure that you're not just kind of like repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again, you can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel. And then as you progress through the game, there are different things that can affect things, like cooldowns through your talents, different things that allow you to kind of like juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them, and that's how you access all those.
Oh man, it looks like we're about to get some action over here.
Yeah. So this is a great way to kind of learn how to pull things together,
So you use
pull those
Leviosa
combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
Well
Good
done,
job,
Andrew.
Andrew.
And that's just against the dummy, but
That's
I mean,
cool.
I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I think now we can take on something a little more challenging. It's going to shoot back.
Now let's talk about some more features of the combat system.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of Crossed Wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
We're on a PS5 dev kit here, so we're going to be able to kind of pause
I'm
the
ready.
the action
Yeah.
and talk about what you're seeing on the screen, because there's about to be a lot going on.
Okay.
All right, here you can select if you want to fight with somebody else, some of
One
your
of the other
classmates.
students.
Yeah.
But in this case, we're not. We want that action to feel a little more frantic towards you to really get you that sense of combat.
So apparently you've got quite the reputation because they've got you up against 3 people.
3, yeah.
Apologies.
Off the jump.
Looking like that troll armor back there.
So I can explain this just because I know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in. You're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do too. And we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around the different characters. And you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we're trying to put them into brackets. So there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are, I'm forgetting the other one, all of a sudden, control spells. And so those things for the player, they wind up also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields that enemies can use. That way it rewards kind of like that close attention that you're paying on things.
We've got this paused here now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the halo around the avatar's head, each of the different shields, to kind of give us a breakdown of what's going on.
Give us a breakdown of different things that you're saying. So you notice at the top that we're kind of like calling out which enemy you currently have targeted and their level and health. And so, you know, as you target different characters, you'll be able to get that breakdown.
All right, I want a Star Wars version, please.
The halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming. If you see the halo, it means there's an incoming attack, and if you tap the triangle button by default, then that you'll be able to deflect that attack that comes in and off with the protect.
And I love that deflect where it goes off and like hits things up and kind of breaks things off walls too.
But also, if you hold the button, then it doesn't just deflect. It also deflects and turns around with a counter attack stupefy that actually stuns the enemy. And you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character, you know, and you're doing your thing, and someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that attack into a direct attack on the person that you're comboing.
Back into gameplay here. Andrew's gonna pretty handily finish these other students off here. Win this duel.
Look how fast it is. It's like a dance.
Yeah, we really felt like in the movies, there's almost like it's kind of like there's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great distance.
That's such a good call.
And there are a lot of things that we had to do with our controls and combat system in order to kind of capitalize on that idea that's pretty unique to the Wizarding world.
Understandable.
Yes. Well, perhaps you should try that next time. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
And that is more or less gonna wrap it up for us for now, for what we wanted to show you. Character creator, tour of Hogwarts, and just that little taste of combat. But we didn't want to leave you without, well, maybe a little taste of something that we may show in the future, may show next time. You know, so leaving the castle, going out here.
More owls confirmed.
Owl mail. There's the owlry again. Yes, all of the owls. But yeah, just heading out here again to show you like from Hogwarts
Bold.
to the world beyond Hogwarts.
Students are trying to murder each other.
This is not somewhere where we're going today, but we will definitely be taking you in the future. A little glimpse at the scale of the castle back there. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that you've seen, but I think, James, you may have a few other questions here at the end of things. So while we're done with what we're showing on the gameplay side, I know there's a few things that you wanna pick Alan and Boston's brains about.
I would love that, because there's a lot. Let me grab it. All right, so some of these questions we did pull from the community secretly, but I did pull from the community. So,
and also from, I mean, going through this, I feel like you've come up with some things you want to talk a little more about. I'm sure.
Elaborate on, because we went through character customization, Hogwarts itself, and even combat. So this would be like for the both of you guys. Will we be able to go back and change our character creation if we don't like it?
So not everything, but there are certain things with hairstyle, hair color, so kind of like core shapes, you know, like with the body and face, not after the fact.
Okay.
But there are lots of things. There's
That's
kind of
cool.
like a barber shop in Hogsmeade that you can go to, and
Of course, there's
inside
a
of
wizard
there,
barber,
you
right?
customize, yeah.
You could change your hair color for holidays or something, right?
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
And the game features a lot of appearance customization in it, so there's a ton of options there. But that's in terms of like your character and stuff that you have the character creator. It's like a smaller set of what you saw there.
Okay. Oh my gosh, awesome, awesome. Next question: what kind of leisurely activity can we do? Can we study with our free time? I mean, what will we be doing just hanging out in Hogwarts?
Because as you progress through the game, there's a bunch of different missions that open up. Most of them are driven by different characters' personalities. You know, some of them want help getting up to hijinks, or some of them want to just explore secrets in the castle because there are new secrets in our castle to explore. And so, so I think there's a bunch of things to do. And when it comes to class, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just kind of like the mainline stuff. There are kind of like extracurricular assignments, some of which are optional, some of which are kind of like blockers for main mission. Kind of like you can't go on this mission until you have the spell. And then the spell is open, you know, the assignment and how you complete it with your professor. And so there are opportunities to study, so to speak, like with that. But they do all take the form of our mission structure.
As you mentioned earlier. Wow. Let's get into some combat right quick. Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal?
Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal? I'm trying to think of how to describe that. So each spell has kind of like its own core identity and what it does in the game with regards to both kind of like puzzling, world exploration, and enemy combat and all that kind of stuff. And then it's through the talent system. When you go into that, it's kind of like each of those spells has ways to kind of like advance and grow and change. And as you spend talents, in some cases, it even changes like the way you approach the battlefield and things like that. So I'd say that's no more true than with like dark arts, for example. And as you go down that line and you kind of play around with those talents, it really does start to kind of like affect even how you approach combat and how you think about the battlefield.
I won't be touching the dark art stuff, but I know many of you guys will be.
Maybe on your second playthrough?
Second playthrough, yes. Okay. Dark Hufflepuff coming, #soon. I want to close off with this question, and this will be for everybody, and we'll start with Boston. With this game that you guys have been working on for however long and the excitement you guys have, what's one aspect of Hogwarts Legacy that you are excited for the fans to experience? Boston.
I think I'm just excited for the fans to play through the world, specifically the castle, and maybe go read those books again. I hope that whether you're already a fan and love this game, or this is your first introduction into the world, I hope they just point at each other in the best way possible. And I'm just excited for fans to get to finally go to Hogwarts and feel like they can own it and live there. I've lived there for 5 years. It's a great place to live. Official 5th year.
It's really funny because I want to give a different answer, and I will. But I actually feel like the most honest answer is really similar. Because my favorite thing when running around, playing the game, and getting to know Hogwarts the way Boston knows it, because she knows the school and the lore better than I do, and thank God, right? Because you want the person architecting it to really know that. But when I rewatch the films or I'm rereading passages from the books, there's a different relationship to those things having played the game. And so it's really looking over the edge and seeing location. I'm like, oh my God, I'm right there. And in the movie saying, I know what's around that corner in the film. Like if you go down this way, there's actually a thing over here, and there's this person over here, and this thing happened, and it just adds all this richness to everything that you already love.
See you, Claire.
But you're going to add your own story. So you know what happens around that corner because you did something.
And then the quick answer, just to have something different, is I just love being on a broom. I just love looking at the whole world and just being like, okay, I can just go.
I can go there.
That vantage point,
There's just something exhilarating about it that feels very different in that kind of open air and on that thing. It just it's kind of incredible.
And wrapping it up, for me, it's just bringing the community together with it and sharing those stories, because it is your story, and you are going to be writing you know, this is your unique experience within this, and even within the things that are the same, it's going to be your unique experience. It's different from mine. It's different from, we're all approaching it from different places, and I think that's going to be really cool the way that everybody brings those things together. All right, and that's everything that we have to show you today. I know maybe it wasn't everything you wanted to see, but it was a whole lot of stuff. Character creator, a little mini tour of Hogwarts there, just a small part of it, a little bit of combat. And we do have some more stuff coming up for you in the future. Hogwarts Legacy releases on February 10th, 2023, and is available for pre-order now. But that's going to do it from us. We're going to leave you with a little something else. But for now, bye.
Bye.
That's going to be awesome. February 10th, guys. I guess that's it on us. All right. Well, yeah, thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me. And we will we'll jump back on here later and maybe stream some Planet Zoo maybe later on tonight, or maybe some Modern Warfare 2. We'll get into something. But, yep. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'm going to get off here and probably try to capture some of this footage and make a regular video. All right, I'll see you guys next time.